I'm Steve.
Hiya, Steve.
And you're
Peter.
Peter.
Meet a Bolton chip shop legend as we talk history, hard times, and the future of fish and chips.
Well, my father-in-law started this business in 1968.
Jeez.
It was up there in that little wooden hut. There's a picture there of the wooden hut.
Right.
And he had a 3-pan range in a wooden hut on the back street. Then in the 90s, we moved down to here. So we've been in this position for 30 years. We've been, but I did 10 years, and so I've done 40 years altogether.
Are you loving it?
It's all right, isn't it?
Have you got any family that will take over?
Yeah, I've not got anybody to take over. My daughter's there.
Right.
And my wife's there.
All right.
They've come to help me because I've got multiple sclerosis. That's the reason I can't walk very far. But it doesn't matter. I'm still going. I'm still working.
Well, that's what it's all about, isn't it?
It is, yeah.
Yeah, I mean, I was in the building trade most of my life. I'm in my 60s, and it was a case of your body can only take so much.
That's right.
But you've got to keep moving.
You've got to keep moving. If you don't move, then you'll
It's all
seize up.
over.
Yeah.
That's right.
Well, I was in the army for 9 years. I was a PTI, physical training instructor. And when I didn't get multiple sclerosis until I was 50. Normally, you get it 28 to 33. That's the window.
Right.
But I got it when I was 50. So the Hope Hospital has said, how come you didn't get it till you were 50? What's been the mode of your life? I says, well, PTI, physical training. That's why. Because you kept yourself fit. It kept it at bay. But as you go older, it jumps into the fast lane, you see? And that's it.
Yeah.
Well, my father-in-law started this business, and it's, been all right.
Yeah. Yeah, well, I mean, I didn't know what to expect because there was limited pictures, really, that I could look at. So when I saw it from the front, and there's a car park over the road there,
that's right,
so we'd actually managed to get into that.
Well, that food hall there used to be a car park.
Right.
And there used to be 5 buses that used to pull up just outside that door. 5 buses every day that used to, but Bolton, in their infinite wisdom, decided that they would put outside traders there. And when that failed, and I told them it would, they decided to put a food hall there. I says, well, that'll fail too. And they didn't believe a word in which I've said. And yet, I'm beginning to think I'm a prophet from the Bible, because everything I say, it happens, and you go in. They were complaining when a lot of them have left and new ones have come in, but they were complaining that I had more people in my shop than they had.
Yeah.
Now today, it's quiet all over Bolton, but if you'd have come in on Tuesday, you'd have been looking to get a chair in here.
Well, how's that taken off? Has that taken?
It's not taken off.
It's not. They don't, do they? And it's not taking any of your business then?
No, but it stops my bit, because there used to be 5 coaches.
Yeah,
and when the coaches used to disembark, they used to come in here because we used to do breakfast then. Then they would come back for dinner, and then they would come back for a brew and a cake before they went home. So I got them 3 times. But you see, them in the town hall, they have a different idea.
Always. You're always fighting them, aren't you? But this is fabulous.
Yeah.
Like I say, I didn't know what to expect. I didn't know whether it was just going to be like a little room with a counter.
On my, what do you call it there, it says, as seen on TV, Pillings, as seen on TV.
Okay.
Because up there you got a picture of Angela Rippon, Gloria Honeyford.
Yeah, got them.
And Julia Somerville, and all that with me.
Very nice.
So he'd be me. And we've had Tony Morrison here. Do you remember the guy that worked for Granada Reports? And he passed away, didn't he? Young fella, bald head, used to read the news. He lived in Ramsbottom anyway. He came in here and he did when he worked for the BBC, before he worked for Granada, he did a full segment on that back chair up there next to the window.
Very nice.
Back then it looked onto a car park.
And you're always in the papers from what we can see here.
Yeah,
so it's all good.
In fact, if you go back to 2014, it talks about David and Goliath, when the council tried to get shut of me, and it was me fighting them.
Why did they want to get rid of you? To extend this?
They wanted to put a doorway in here.
Oh, okay.
Because back then I had a lease. They had to negotiate.
Yeah.
I was too young to retire, but now I'm all right. If they want me, I can go if they want. But I like cooking fish and chips. I like people. I meet plenty of people in here. There's people from all over walks of life. I've got people that come from Cheshire. I got even twice a year. I've got people that come from Florida, And they used to be Bolton residents. They used to come to that old wooden chippy, and they've been in here, and they come here and they have pudding and chips and gravy because they can't get pudding over there.
Right.
Bolton, our fish market's 10 times better than Bury. But Bury gets the message on the radio and whatever, you know. They've got coaches coming. But Bolton Council done away with coaches here, didn't they?
Well, that was
Used
that.
to be 5 a day, came just outside my shop.
Yeah.
Disembark, walk through that door. You know,
Well, you know what?
that's life.
An absolute pleasure speaking to you.
It's nice speaking to you.
And it's nice to know that it's been going for so long.
Yeah.
It's going to be going for so much longer.
Well, we don't. Well, we never know, do we?
we-
But I've got this MS, and I'm 66 years of age now, and the government said I can have a pension this year.
Oh, they did?
If I fell in poo, I'd come out smelling of roses. But that's life. You've got to fight your corner.
You have to do.
And now that fish and chips, you know, fish and chips everywhere is going up. You know, but some people are taking the rip as well.
Yeah.
You know.
Yeah, it's a funny time, that's for sure.
Let's put it this way. The government, in wartime, fish and chips was the only food not to be rationed.
That's right.
If they go back to the war times.
Yeah.
Now, the government then had more sense than the government now.
Yeah.
Because what they do is they put VAT on hot food, right? Now, who did they hit? They hit the pensioners that have paid in all their lives. But they won't take the money, the VAT off all the chip shops in Great Britain, will they?
They need to, don't they? All food.
They need to.
All food.
They need to, especially now.
Yeah.
Because, you know, if they want the country not to go further down, they want it to come up, they have got to find a way of supporting the small businesses. Britain was a nation of small shopkeepers, right? And we beat Napoleon, didn't we? And Adolf Hitler and all them. Everybody that ever came, we beat them.
Yeah.
You know, and you know, there's lots of things that are happening in the world, but at the end of the day, when the British have had enough, they've had enough.
Yeah. And the small businesses, what makes it, because those people have got their ear to the ground. They know they know what's going on, and those at the top don't think they have.
I grew up in Glasgow, and that's why my price list is cheaper than anybody in Bolton, right? Because when I grew up in Glasgow, I grew up in the East End of Glasgow, which was the poorest end. Because we lived in a tenement then. All it was a room and a kitchen. That's all we had. And there was 5 of us in a room and kitchen. And before that, we were in what they call a single end, which is only 1 room. Then we moved to a button ben, which is, you know, room and kitchen. But it's amazing, you know. So I grew up knowing that Mrs. Patkins and all those were finding it hard. Now they'd finished work, you know, they were finding it hard. And I've got people that come in here that find it hard. But in my role, I see it because I'm an ordained minister. That's another thing.
All right.
You know, I've spoke all over the world. I've spoken in Times Square Church, New York. I've spoken in Tiberias in Israel. You'd be amazed where the Lord has had me. But anyway, he's got me here. He had Peter the fisherman. Now he's got Peter the fish fryer. That's what my Asian friends say, all my Muslim mates, you know. That's what they say. 2,000 years ago, Jesus had a disciple called Peter that caught fish. Now he's got one that's bloody cooking them. But that's life, isn't it, Steve?
Well, it is. And it's a pleasure to meet you, Peter. It really
Nice
is.
to meet you.
And your staff.
Your lady wife.
It certainly is.
Oh, you've punched above your weight, haven't you?